So to start my Christmas party look, I've already put on a base of foundation and some concealer, and to just set that in place, I'm going to use a MAC block powder so I don't get shiny throughout the night. I'm just concentrating on the T-zone and the places where you naturally get oily. So to start with the eyes, I'm going to put a base on, and this is just a neutral paint pot from MAC, and this just helps all the eyeshadow you're going to put on after to stick to your eyelid so it lasts all night. I'm just using my finger to apply this, just tapping it on. Alternatively, you can use another base colour with a bit of shimmer in, but anything works fine. So to start with the eyes, I am going to use this silver eyeshadow here, and this is just going to form the base of the eye look, and then we're going to add some black and more dramatic colours later. So I'm just going to tap off the excess with my brush and pat on the colour. So when you're applying this, it doesn't really matter how messy or neat you do it, because this is your best friend. Big fluffy brush, and then if the edges are a bit bold and aren't kind of blending out, just grab this and just wash it all over your eyelid, and it blends out the colours and makes everything look really neat and professional. So the next thing I'm doing is I'm putting a neutral brown colour in the crease of my eye, just to make everything look a bit more natural and blend all those colours out. So I just rest my hand in the natural crease of my eye and just kind of move the brush in windscreen wiper motions from side to side. Do that. So this brownie colour kind of makes everything look a bit more natural, kind of like your own skin tone colour, rather than just having silver eyelids, which isn't really natural, is it? And as you go, just keep blending with that fluffy brush. I just use the same one for the whole look. So next I'm adding definition and a bit more glitz and sparkle, and I'm using this black sparkly colour here, and I'm just going to get it on. It's fluffy, but it's slightly smaller than the rest of the brushes, and I'm just going to pat some colour on the brush, tap it off, and add it to the outer corners of my eye. Now it's completely up to you what kind of shape you want to create. So if you've got almond eyes, this is a good shape to use to kind of keep it rounded. But if you wanted to make it more dramatic or slightly more cat eye-like, you can kind of extend it out and make it a bit more pointed. But I'm just going to use the rounded method today. And you just keep building that up. If you want something more dramatic, just add more and more layers. But if you just want something a bit subtle, then you can just leave it like this and just blend that out. But I'm going to add a bit more darkness. So next I'm just going to take the same brush that I used to apply the black, and I'm going to put that under my eye, and then just going to kind of join that up with the top eye. Now it's completely up to you kind of how far you take this in. The more you take it in, the more dramatic it's going to be, but I'm going to put something shimmery in the inner eyelid, so I'm just going to leave it kind of halfway and it kind of slowly blend it out. If you kind of have a lighter hand, the more you go in, then it will just naturally create that kind of ombre effect from dark to light, from the outside to the inside. So I'm taking my fluffy brush again, and I'm just gonna kind of move that along the eye to make everything a lot more soft. Now, although I'm using kind of silvers and blacks, it is completely up to you what colours you use. This works if you use kind of a light gold in the inside and then a dark brown on the outside. Works just as well. But this is going to be the perfect look to go with my dress. So that is why I'm doing blacks and silvers. And also I think it's a bit more Christmassy as well. So I'm going back to this grey sparkly colour that I used earlier, and I'm just going to take the same brush and I'm going to intensify it slightly so it's a bit more evening-y. The best thing to do is kind of build up, because you can't take it away, but you can always add. So I'm just making it a bit more intense. There's no rules with a smoky eye. I mean, you can have it coming above the crease up to your eyebrow. whatever you prefer. I'm just going to add a little more black kind of on the very outer corners. This is just going to intensify the whole look and make your eyes look a lot more demure and sultry, which is always good. This brush it's called a pencil brush, and it's quite small, so you can really get into like the outer corners and the nooks and crannies. And just always keep going back to the fluffy brush. Just makes everything look a lot more polished. And if you make a mistake, this will rectify it. So once you've got all the shadows down, you just want to start adding a bit more drama. So I'm using a black eyeliner pencil, which is nearly run out because it's so amazing, I can't stop using it. I'm just going to put this in my waterline. So just going to pull my finger down and just slowly draw in there. So after I've applied the eyeliner, I'm just going to take this brush, which I used to put the black eyeshadow on the outer corners of my eye, and I'm just going to blend it. And at this point, if you want to apply more eyeliner to make it slightly more dramatic, you can do that, which I'm going to do. This is the L'Oreal Super Liner, and it's my favourite one to use. It's super thick and super black, and it lasts all night as well. So to add even more definition and make it really kind of Christmassy and party, I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner. So you don't want to kind of drag this out to make a flick, just kind of naturally stop where your eye ends. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. These are the best eyelash curlers in the entire world. They're by Smoky. They're a little bit pricey, but they are amazing. So I find the best way to curl my eyelashes is to look down into a mirror. And that way you kind of grab every lash. And I like to do little kind of pumping motions. And I think that way they curl and they stay as well. It's time to apply mascara, which is my favourite bit because it kind of brings everything together, which is what I really love. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Extra Black Mascara. What I find really easy to do is just kind of blink onto the brush, and that way you've coated all the lashes. So after my eyes are done, I'm going to do my eyebrows, which are in desperate need of thickening and looking a little bit sparse right now. So I'm going to take the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in Auburn to match this, and I'm just going to slowly start to make my brows look a bit more fuller. So I use this pencil just to kind of make an outline and give a rough shape. So after I've filled in my brows with the pencil, I take a couple of eyeshadows that are slightly a few shades darker, and I take a small angled brush and I just pop a darker colour on the outer edges of my brows just to give a bit more dimension and make them look a bit more natural. So now I'm going to move on to contouring and highlighting my face, which is personally my favourite part because this is where the magic comes in. So I'm going to take this brush from NARS, which is to contour my face, and I'm going to take this really light colour from this contouring kit. This is a Kat Von D one, but you can get them in the high street now for really reasonable prices. I'm just going to pop my brush in there. I'm going to find the hollows of my cheek. So to do that, I'm going to suck in like a fish. And as you can see here, this is where the structure, your bone structure is. So this is your cheekbone and this is the hollow. So you want to put the dark colour in the hollow and the light colour on the cheekbone. So just kind of make the ugly fishy face and just work the colour into the hollows of your cheekbone. And this is going to make your face look a lot more chiselled and defined. At first it looks like you've got a big brown line on your face, but once you blend it all in, it looks really natural and really lovely. So you're just going to blend upwards kind of into the hairline and up around into the hairline on your forehead. So after you've put the contour on, you might look a little bit mental. It's not the best look, so you're going to make sure you blend it all out. I'm going to take back the powder brush or alternatively your foundation brush, and you just want to blend out the harsh lines to make it look a lot more natural. Like you naturally have a chiselled, amazing jawline and cheekbones, which not all of us are blessed with, so this is what you have to do. So after you've contoured, you're going to highlight. Now, I kind of do this in two stages. I use a powder, a matte powder, and a shimmery highlight on top of the cheekbones. So I'm going to take the matte powder and I'm just going to kind of tap it under my eye up to the hairline. This kind of just brightens everything. Kind of gives that Kim Kardashian look, which everyone seems to be loving at the moment. I'm going to take a bit down my nose and in the centre of my chin. And a bit here as well. I'm taking the Mary Luminizer by a company called The Balm, and it's the best highlighter I've ever used. I'm just going to take this on a big brush and I'm going to find, so it's the point where the light hits your cheekbone, and you can kind of feel it with your hand. It's the bony part, and you just want to tap that colour onto there, and when the light hits this, it's really beautiful. Lastly, for the face, I'm going to pop on some blush, and this is Blush Baby by MAC. I'm just going to smile, find the apples of my cheeks, and just pop that product on, kind of blending it towards the hairline ever so slightly. This just kind of gives you a bit more colour and a bit more life, rather than looking completely all one colour once you've put your foundation on. So now moving on to lips, and I'm just going to pair these eyes with a nude lip because I don't want to look over the top and too much. So I'm taking Boldly Bare Lip Liner by MAC, and I'm just going to line my lips with that. Now I'm going to fill my lips in with Honey Love lipstick by MAC. This is a matte lipstick, which is perfect for Christmas parties because it will last on your lips all night, drinking, eating, kissing, whatever you may be doing. And this is quite a light colour, so I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to kind of dab it into my lips. The more you press it in with your finger, the longer it will last. So that is my makeup all done and finished, and now I'm going to go get dressed and go party.